So Mary, first of all, congratulations on your new deal. How does it feel to be extending your stay at City?
Yeah, really exciting. I think City's felt like home for me for quite a while now, so to continue this journey with them, I feel really proud to do that and really excited to continue working with the girls.
And why does City feel like the right place for you at this stage in your career?
I think a few reasons. I think for me, enjoying my football is really a big part of me playing well. And I think City's just created an environment where I can flourish in that sense. I love working with the girls that are here, and I haven't always had that, so I really appreciate that. And I think also, as my seasons here have progressed, I've become a lot more comfortable in this environment. And I think I'm the kind of person that plays a lot better when I am comfortable with the people and the coaching staff. So I feel like I have that now. I have the good relationships with everyone here, and that's made me feel like I'm at home and has allowed me to be really comfortable out there on the field.
Yeah. When you joined the club, you were still only 19s, which seems crazy how much you'd achieved already, but then to come to City at that point. How much do you feel you've grown, not just as a player at City, but I think you've kind of mentioned it as a person as well?
Yeah, I think I've grown a lot. I think I saw one of the pictures the other day of me when I first signed it. It's funny, you look at the picture and it feels like it's been years. That person looks so different, which is kind of a nice thing. I think I've grown so much off the field, and I think that's shown in how I've progressed in my football as well throughout the seasons. So yeah, I think in that sense, it's been a really positive journey for me here, because I started off really young, had something that I felt like I wanted to prove, because I was now at a big club and I had a lot of potential, but I hadn't yet felt like I'd reached that mark yet where I was actually showing people what I could do on a consistent basis. But now I feel like I'm at a point in my career where I'm a lot more confident and comfortable in who I am as a person, and showing up in that way on the field has been a lot easier for me to do each game without feeling nerves or pressure.
Yeah, that word potentials obviously was used so much about you at the early stages of City and before that. And since then, as you say, you've delivered on that potential. But how have you sort of been able to shut out that noise and just focus on your football and get to the point where you are now?
Yeah, I think for me, I've always needed a bit of balance. I think, when I first came in, I was quite lucky that the coach at the time, Gaz, had come to me and been look, there's no pressure for you to be hitting the high marks now. Take your time, get used to the team, get used to the league. And I think that really helped me, because I felt like there was a lot of expectation from the outside to be performing really well when I first got here. And actually, when I look back and when I was in that moment as well, when I first arrived, I was really bad. So yeah, I think for me, having that support from the girls around me and from the staff as well, to feel like I can just make slow progressions without feeling like people were going to be upset that I wasn't already better. That really helped me to just enjoy that journey and enjoy that process and just ask people for help without feeling embarrassed about it. But yeah, I think off the field as well, I think I've had a lot of growth, had a lot of time on my own just to explore other sides of myself outside of here. And I think that's allowed me to really be focused when I've come in, because I've been able to fill both cups at the same time.
Yeah, you're too harsh on yourself. You were more than good enough when you came in.
I don't think I was.
But yeah, last season obviously ended. It was a disappointing end for you, but a fantastic individual campaign for you, and to be named in the WSL Team of the Year, sort of a deserving honour. But how special is it with those PFA awards for your fellow professionals to be recognising you, and to have you and Yui in that team from City must have been a really nice feeling.
Yeah, it was really special. I think for me, that's the best award that I could get in football, to have teammates and other players in the league to recognise the work that I've put in to be consistent throughout the season. That means a lot to me. I think I've said it for quite a while that consistency was something that I wanted to get better at, that I think I'd shown people in certain games what I could do, but I hadn't done that consistently week after week in games. And I think last season, I really wanted to get better at that, especially after a pretty disappointing Olympics. So yeah, I think I put a lot more energy into wanting to bring my all into every game, and we had a lot of games last season. So I was personally like really proud of what I had given to the team, and the focus that I brought, the energy that I brought. So to have other people recognize that was, that meant a lot to me. And I think I don't know, it feels like hard sometimes to reflect on the journey and like see that I have actually progressed and grown. But to get recognition like that, like it's just like the best compliment to get.
Absolutely. And your recovery seems to be going really well, which is fantastic. You kind of mentioned it earlier. How much has it also been an opportunity for you to sort of take a step back from football as well and sort of learn a bit more about yourself, maybe discover new interests and talents and hobbies and stuff?
Yeah, it's been really nice. I think there's been like a few like spaces outside of football that I've wanted to dive into a bit more, and getting injured gave me the opportunity to do that. But I think in a nice way as well, like it's made me appreciate the football a lot more. I think I'm someone that really relies heavily on having that balance, like being able to switch off from football, and then when I'm in football, switch off from everything outside of it. But sometimes it's like such a routine that it's like, okay, like football feels like too much. But I think like getting injured and after having like a good season, like I was pretty like upset about that, because I was like, you know, I feel like I've really found that balance, found my rhythm, and it's all ended in an injury. But having that time away now, I just feel like really grateful for being able to play the sport, and to have been given a gift that has put me in this situation. So yeah, I just feel really excited to get back there. And I think having that excitement is something that I can lose at certain points throughout my career. So having to take a step back has actually, I don't know, it's made me happier on the field in a way, because I'm like, I can see that joy again inside of me.
That's brilliant. That's really lovely to hear. Talking about other hobbies outside as well, you obviously have seen you going off on hikes with teammates and stuff, so keeping your fitness up while you've been injured, obviously. How has that sort of been? How did it come about, firstly?
The hiking?
Yeah.
That's all Katie. Yeah, my friend Katie in the team, she loves hiking, and I love being in nature. It's probably one of the things I miss the most about Australia, is just having so much access to nature. So yeah, I'm lucky that Katie's in the team. She lives out in the peaks, so she always wants to go on hikes together, which is really nice.
And then on the other side, I wanted to ask about your book, which is coming out in November. You sort of said it was a bit of a note to your former self in a way, a bit of a memoir. How's it been for you to sort of go into the publishing world as well as the footballing world for a little bit? Yeah,
it feels strange. I don't think it's like really hit me yet that it's going to be coming out. I've always enjoyed writing and journaling. I think as someone that's struggled to express themselves and how they felt to others, writing has been my outlet and my way to do that. So I think in a weird way, writing the book was actually the easy part. Releasing it is a lot harder to do, because now I'm like, well, people are going to read that. So it's been really exciting to do, and it's been really nice for me to see myself in different spaces and see the way that I grow in that and deal with that, because it feels uncomfortable, but I'm also really proud that I'm able to do that. So yeah, it's exciting, but also feels a bit like I feel a bit anxious for it to come out, because I'm like, oh, I don't know how it will be received. But at the same time, like if I take a step back and just see like where I'm at in my journey, and see how like amazing it is that I have the opportunity to write a book in the first place, and like it's pretty cool. So
yeah. Back to the football. Hopefully going to be lots of special memories to make still in the next few years at City. But if you had to look back at what you've achieved so far, what sort of bits really stand out as highlights for you?
I think as like from club football, like definitely like last season was pretty big for me, because of the consistency that I was able to bring to my game. I think like that's something that I've tried to bring more of for the last few years, and just I haven't quite hit the mark on that. But last year it felt like I really like found my rhythm in that, and I felt really comfortable. And I think that's a combination of me like feeling really comfortable off the field, and then on the field just like owning that I know what I need to do and that I can do it. So yeah, I think last season was as a whole was a standout for me. And yeah, I just think in general, like football for me is like a lot about the experiences that I have with the people around me. So I've been pretty lucky that like I have a team here that like everyone gets on, like, and it's really nice like just being able to have a laugh with people, to come into a work environment that I enjoy and that I know I'm gonna leave and not feel like any worse off from. So yeah, I've been pretty blessed in that sense.
Fantastic. And what have you made of the start to the season so far? Obviously, new head coach, slight formation tweaks, new players, but it seems to have gone quite well so far.
Yeah, it seems really good. I think the girls are enjoying it, and I think they're coming together really well. I've really enjoyed seeing the collaboration between staff and players. I think it's been really good. And yeah, I think everyone like has adapted quite well to a lot of changes, and it's really nice to see that people are just eager to bring their best to the team.
And just finally, do you have a message for the fans who I'm sure are really excited to hear that you're extending your stay?
Well, hopefully I'm back on the field soon, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Amazing. Well, Mary, thank you so much for your time, and congratulations again on the new deal.
Thank you.